Hey folks, Rich here, South Florida Beekeeping with Rich. So we're checking on the swarm removal from 6 days ago. The one that moved in here and was all clustered down the front of all this. And that night I closed it up, moved it on top of an empty box over here. And the next morning I came out and I moved them over into there. That's all the recap I'm going to do. Uh, but I did not come back in 3 days and take out the queen excluder. My bad. Great thing about beekeeping is you've got lots of bee days, a lot more bee days than most people get, but unfortunately I've had like 3 bee days in a row here. I've been doing a lot of work out in the apiary. So I'm a little behind. Everybody seems happy, but if we had a virgin queen with that swarm, she desperately needs to get out and get mated. So first, it was a large swarm. They're not quite down yet to the point where they're going to go into the dwindle phase. You can see there's plenty of them there. But I'm going to pop the box off, take out the queen excluder, then we'll look in the box and see whether or not we have a laying queen.
Mm. And for those who can hear all the squawking, we have a group
of that's a
are those
I'll have to
Quakers?
look up to see whether those are monk parrots or whether they're Mexican cherry heads.
They were all green and they just flew away.
If
And
they
there
were
was
all
only
green,
two of
then
them.
they were all green. Then if there was four, usually the monks are in larger groups.
Yes.
But we also have a bunch of Mexican cherry heads here that
Oh,
make about the same noise, but they're bigger.
they're noisy.
So let's pump this on.
We have a pineapple conure, and when he hears them outside, he goes crazy.
He thinks he can kick their butts.
But we know
He is
better.
so sadly mistaken, but you'll never convince him of it.
Well,
Okay.
on the good side,
I was expecting 500 dead drones. That's actually why I had this whiteboard here, was so that I could say, put it on here and go, look at all the dead drones. I
but
guess
you
there
don't.
weren't all that many drones in this hive. And that's
Well,
good.
that's good.
That's good. Okay, you're good there. Everything's clean on the bottom board. So we'll put this back.
Don't squish anybody.
I'm doing my best. Probably not be a bad idea to give them at least a little smoke.
Doesn't really look like they need it.
No, it's not looking like they need it. So let's see what we got. Again, it's like a bee day. I'm opening my present. Let's see what we got. Yep,
Well, they're liking the comb.
we got plenty of bees. They're certainly putting away the nectar. Oh, I should probably just leave this one out.
You have a frame holder somewhere. In fact, you have a couple of them.
Well, I could turn around and use the frame holder right there if I wanted to, but I always like to remind people that an 8-frame medium like this is about the equivalent of a 5-frame deep nuke. So that's what we're inspecting here. Okay. All right. Plenty of open maggots in there.
Well,
We've
they're
got
not
larvae.
maggots, they're larvae.
We've got larvae that are almost ready to be capped.
Yes, that means she's laying.
She's laying.
That's
Okay.
good.
That was my worry, was that I did not have I had a virgin queen. I would hope not with a swarm that big, but at this time of year you can never tell. Let's see. That's interesting. So lots going on that frame. Nothing going on that frame. I would have thought there'd be something going on. Same here.
Well, she could have eggs in there, and you're just too blind to
Oh
see
yeah, there
them.
could be eggs, and I'm too blind to see them because I don't even have my reading glasses on.
You don't.
And it's half an hour till dark.
Yeah, so it's dusky.
All right.
So if she had eggs in there, you'd never notice.
Nope.
But you did see larvae on that last frame.
Yes, lots of
So
larvae.
that's good.
Lots of larvae. All right.
Just make sure you don't dump her out.
Well, the only thing I need to do, I want to take a look at this last frame, which was an empty frame. And I was letting them draw a comb on. I just wanted to make sure. I'd rather fix it now than later. You see in both cases,
They've drawn it outside of the
they've
wire.
drawn it not onto the midrib, but out to the outer edge.
And so your plan for fixing that is just to squish it down?
Just gonna mash it back to the center rib.
Uh, that was a good plan. It didn't work.
I'll just get some rubber bands.
They were putting it in front of the wire instead of through the wire.
Mm-hmm.
So they saw the wire as an obstacle.
Well, I actually kind of did it around the wire instead of through the wire.
Mm.
So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to get a couple rubber bands. Be right back. All right, I'm back. I tried to grab some of my old rubber bands and was going to pre-stretch them on the way out here, and every single one of them snapped. So, yeah,
New
last year's
season, new
last,
rubber bands.
yeah, they came in. There's no problem. Number 34s, quarter-inch ones, nice and strong. Yeah, last year's just aren't doing it anymore. Okay.
That scared me.
Yeah,
Oh, that cover just slid down. That's all.
it just bumped because of this.
Mm.
All right.
Oh, hey, turn it around now so it faces the same as the other arrow since
Yeah.
you've moved the comb.
Okay.
If you're wondering why we have the arrows on, they keep us from pulling the comb out and then flipping the frame the wrong way when we put it back. And the bees really don't like that.
Well, I don't do it so much because the bees don't like it. It's because I don't like it. Because if you have a bulge and you put it back backwards, and you end up putting the bulge up against another bulge instead of in a hollow, then you just have small hive beetle heaven.
Yeah, and messed up comb to boot.
Yeah, messed up comb, but oh boy. I hope you girls all find your way home.
Oh, those were all the bees that were on the frame.
Yeah, they'll find their way in.
Another good reason for using a frame holder.
Do not engage. Do not make eye contact. Okay, well, there's no need for a second box, which I wasn't going to do anyway. I just want them to build up a little bit more, and this hive is already spoken for. We have a new home for it. Oh, there it is. Let me just go over here and grab this. Excuse me, girls. There you go. Yep. Okay, so that one's up to date. So that finishes. That's kind of the
Recap on.
recap of the aftermath of that swarm. Now
Do
we'll
we
go
have
over
time to
here.
go into the one you had to move into the nuke?
We can give it a shot. I'm very worried about this one because I mean it was doing great after I moved it into this one, and then one day uh, there was robbing activity, which is why the robbing screen door is down, and they're having to come up this way. And I
Oh,
have not checked it, so I
I didn't
really.
think they really had anything worth robbing.
Oh no, they had a lot of nectar.
Yeah.
So let's see if we're like nearly empty in here or whether we've got bees. Oh, we got bees. Some bees.
What are those things?
Banana.
Oh, you gave them banana.
I fed everybody some banana last week.
Oh, okay.
They apparently didn't really know what to do with it. Okay, they've drawn a lot of comb. There's a lot of adhesions there. A lot of
I'm gonna scooch it down
adhesions.
around this side.
Okay, a lot of adhesions to the wall there.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bulby.
But they're down to basically three. You can see what I'm talking about. They did a lot of them, but they're down to basically three frames. But
Which is what they were before. When you put them in here 6 days ago, they were 3 frames.
yeah.
So,
Well, I am not going to disturb them further to see if the queen is still in there, whether we have any open brood or not. I'm just going to leave them be for the moment. I don't want to uh, disturb things too much. All right. So that's it. That's another video that we did that we're checking on the results of. Yeah, I'll be bringing this hive down tonight and setting it probably over that way because it's going to get merged over there. So, because I'm not going to give away a Sam Comfort Queen to somebody else, I'm keeping that one.
of course. All right.
All right, so that's it. See everybody later.